Since our inception in 1976, Labstat has been dedicated to providing leading-edge testing and scientific intelligence that protects our customers and their communities. Over the last 40 years, we've built a reputation for being the gold standard in analytical excellence. With the current lack of regulatory guidance for cannabis smoke and vapor emissions, our team of scientific pioneers felt compelled to create the world's first standard vape testing protocol. Derived from the standards used for e-cigarettes, the Labstat vape testing protocol identifies chemical risks associated with both the cannabis extract and the resulting vapor emissions, and it works with any vape device. Ultimately, this protocol is designed to answer two fundamental questions. One, is the product performing as expected? And two, is it generating any unintended compounds or degradation byproducts during the vaping process? Let's take a closer look at how our lab experts answer those questions. The first stage of the testing process is sample generation. This is where we'll collect data to measure whether or not the device is performing as expected under different puffing regimes and throughout its entire life cycle. The emissions from a cannabis vape device are generated using a standard smoking machine designed to accurately control the puff volume, duration, and frequency. This is called the puffing regime. Puffing regimes are not aimed to represent all adult smoking behavior, but rather to create a baseline for regulatory and testing purposes. The emissions collected contain a mix of particles and gases. With each puff the machine takes, the emissions are split into two sample collection devices. First, the technician prepares the glass fiber filter pads that will sit directly behind the vape pen to capture the particulate phase. Then, they'll attach the glass impingers to the corresponding ports on the back of the machine. Pre-filled with a solution that's used to extract particular analytes of interest, these glass tubes will capture the more volatile compounds or gases that pass through the filter pads. Once the device has been cataloged and weighed, the technician securely attaches each device to the pad holder mouthpiece, ensuring a tight seal. Several replicates of the same device are always tested to monitor device consistency and provide an accurate representation of product performance. At this stage, it's important to remember that the same device may perform differently when used with various types of extracts. Viscosity, density, and atomizer designs all influence the interaction between the liquid and the device. Similar to determining the shelf life of a consumable product, cannabis vape cartridges should always undergo stability and life cycle testing. Life cycle testing measures the device performance at the beginning, middle, and end of the cartridge life. This provides the insight your product development teams need to ensure you're creating a consistent, high-quality experience for your customers. During stability testing, samples are stored in highly secure stability chambers where we control the temperature and humidity levels over a desired period of time. The samples are then tested to study the potential changes in cannabinoid and terpene potency and the formation of potentially hazardous compounds. Now that the sample generation stage is complete, the technician collects the filter pads and glass impingers and transfers them to another room where they'll undergo further preparation before analysis. These final steps of preparation will be dependent upon the specific analytes the sample is being tested for. The samples we see here are being prepared for targeted analysis of potentially hazardous compounds. As the technician opens the pad holders, notice the residue left on the pad. Those are the particles collected from the vape devices we saw being tested earlier. These samples will tell us what customers are potentially inhaling when they use your product. Let's take a look at what happens next in the analysis stage. Each test performed in the analysis stage provides a clearer picture of how the device functioned and which compounds it's delivering to your customers during the vaping process. Cannabinoid potency, terpene profiles, vitamin E acetate, as well as testing for volatiles and potentially harmful compounds are all detected using highly sensitive instruments like the LCMS and GCMS. This ICP-MS is set up to detect 21 heavy metals. Any metals that have leached from the cartridge during the vaping process will be detected here, This provides you with the science-based data you need to assess product safety and quality. Imagine how much more competitive your products could be if you had this much insight into their specific performance. Brands that apply this level of commitment to safety and quality are sure to win the attention and loyalty of today's discerning customers. Whether you're just beginning the development process or your products are already on the market, you can trust Labstat's 40 years of experience to help you build a world-class portfolio of products. Get the comprehensive testing, product consulting, and regulatory compliance you need with one phone call. That's the Labstat advantage.